Welcome back. Welcome back. You are listening to Whissel Weekends on AM 1170. The Answer. My name is Kyle Whissel, your host with Whissel Realty Group. Joined as always by Mr. Jason Hall with Team Home Loans. And our special guest today, Mr. Will Ford, founder of LaunchBoom. If you want to get connected with Will, love to make that introduction for you. Give us a call. Shoot us a text, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. And so, Will, to kind of pick up the conversation, you talked about how you micro-test a lot of these products. You start out on Facebook, Instagram. Those give you kind of a good indicator how successful the product's going to be. Then you roll it over to Kickstarter. Then it comes Indiegogo. Is that right?
Yeah, so sometimes we skip over Kickstarter and launch directly on Indiegogo, and sometimes we go Kickstarter and then Indiegogo in demand. It's interesting. Kickstarter has a larger platform, about 4 times more audience compared to where Indiegogo is, but Indiegogo's got a really, really good support team. So what I'll do is I'll introduce a lot of my project creators to Indiegogo, and Indiegogo sometimes will offer to support us internally if they're excited about the project. So if they make us an offer before launch and they feature us in their newsletter, put us in better placement on their platform, sometimes, depending upon how excited they are, we'll skip over Kickstarter and just go directly to Indiegogo.
So they do have some level of control over the products and placement. So it's not purely organic based on what people are clicking and buying. Indiegogo's got some control.
Correct. So does Kickstarter.
Okay.
But what we've learned over the years is that when you go into these crowdfunding campaigns, you have to go in with your own audience. You have to go in with a customer base ready to buy, because it does a few things. First off, it secures backer confidence. When backers see a project, raise hundreds of thousands immediately after launch, they have more confidence that that product is actually
credibility.
Credibility.
Yeah.
And so what that does is it helps us drive even more conversion based on those organic audiences.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So tell us about another fun product. Like, what's something real unique?
I mean, it depends on what you're into, Kyle.
Right, like you showed me something yesterday where it was like travel pants, right?
Yep.
Which is something that's kind of normal, right?
Yep.
But like a portable air conditioner is pretty unique. What's another like unique one?
I mean, there's so many cool products I'm working on. It really just depends on like the time of year.
How about the Twinkie weight loss?
The Twinkie weight loss. I didn't
Is there
know.
anything- You got nothing up there?
No, but I do.
How's that working out for you, Jason?
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking like a Twinkie, right, Kyle? Yeah.
No, I'd say there's like so many cool products that we're looking at right now. I mean, right now I'm looking at this really cool product. It's getting ready to launch closer to the summertime, but it's basically a portable cooler that doesn't require ice. And it's powered by solar power, and it keeps everything cold for 48 hours or longer. That's pretty cool.
The no ice is nice because then you got more room for beer.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, that's important.
That is really important for beer guys. but
Especially if
even for
you're
water guys.
tailgating down at the Fleet game, Jason. I mean, you
Yeah.
might need that
Or
solar
if we ever get
powered
the Chargers
portable
back.
cooler.
Yeah, you never know.
But I mean, no, we look at so many cool products, like from apparel to IoT. IoT is any type of hardware device that's connected through the internet that you can control with your phone. I mean, we just launched a really, really cool wallet. It's actually still live on Indiegogo in demand, called Stealth Wallets. These things are really, really cool. They're indestructible, and they are razor, razor thin.
That's what I need. My wallet's falling apart. I got me the
I know
world's
it.
smallest wallet from the fair, but it's been probably 5 years since I got that bad boy.
I'll send you one.
Send me one.
You're going to
Yeah.
love this
Send
thing.
them too. I want to check one out.
Your wallet's gigantic. I don't think this is in your wheelhouse. Don't you? Oh wait, no, you don't even have a wallet, huh? Yeah, Jason just
Rubber
needs a
bands,
wallet.
man. Rubber bands.
How
Rubber
often do you
bands.
change your rubber bands, Jason?
As often as they break, Kyle. So sometimes they go months, sometimes they go days.
Look at how much. Like, you can't have a wallet with that much stuff. Your wallet.
Yeah, I got a couple $1,000s here, and then
He's
of
like
course
a
I got some
rapper with
business
his money in the
cards.
rubber
and I got some credit cards. My $11,000
like, you
credit card
literally
limit
don't have
for
a
my
wallet, and that
Chargers.
thing's over an inch thick.
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's not good for your back.
Maybe that's what it is.
It does not help your back to have all that crap. Yeah,
Send me a wallet, Will. I'm down.
I got you. I got you.
Again, you're listening to Whissel Weekends, AM 1170. The Answer. We're talking with Will Ford, founder of LaunchBoom. What else is out there? I mean, are there any other systems other than Indiegogo and Kickstarter? Is there any newcomers to that game?
There are some other platforms out there, but none that I'm really confident in.
Okay.
I mean, they're still kind of up and coming, and I've heard a mix of horror stories and some successes. So right now, the 2 platforms that I only trust
Okay.
are Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
How many of the companies you've launched have made it on the Shark Tank?
9.
Okay. How many have gotten deals?
4,
Okay.
maybe 5, because there's one that's getting ready to air.
Do you see that work out for them more often than not? Because Shark Tank, they obviously give you the perception that everything is great when they invest in a company, but we all know that that's BS, right? Half the time they're going to bomb. What are your thoughts on it?
I mean,
and I don't know, maybe you have to be careful with what you say because you need the relationship with the show, but
not at all. So for me, the reason I started LaunchBoom is I've raised millions of dollars for previous companies. And the reason I loved it was, where else can you go and validate that product and raise that capital and then do the hardest part first and then sit down in front of an investor should you want more capital and say, hey, I just raised $1 million in the last 90 days. People love my product. And now you actually have way more leverage at the negotiation table to potentially take down more capital and give away less equity. So that was like my mentality going into the crowdfunding. This is back in 2014, 15. And since then, I've helped so many of my clients not only have successful crowdfunding campaigns, but then go on to do huge rounds and successfully keep more of their business. Because that's where I see so many entrepreneurs fail.
Well, let me ask you this, Will. I know there's someone listening right now that's going, oh my gosh, I've had this product idea. I want to put some stuff together. How do they reach out to you? I mean, you can always reach us on Kyle's text line, 619-663-7355. But it sounds like if you're taking 100 customers in, you must be probably rejecting 100 customers as well, I would imagine.
Yeah, we probably see on average, over 1,000 product ideas per month.
Wow.
Right now, if you go to Kickstarter or Indiegogo.
That's crazy.
1,000 a month.
Yeah, more than that. And if you go to Kickstarter or Indiegogo, they've got LaunchBoom listed on both their expert directories. So there's a lot of people all around the world going there looking for help. And so they just pass them right on to LaunchBoom.
And
so,
your team reviews stuff right away. And
oh yeah, we have we have plenty of people on the team to help look at those deals, talk to the entrepreneurs, and figure out whether or not it's actually a good fit. It's going
Right.
to work. So yeah, if you want to learn more, go to launchboom.com. There is a ton of information there.
LAUNCH boom, BOOM, I imagine, right?
Launch Boom.
All
I
right.
couldn't believe it when I found that domain available on GoDaddy. I bought that for about $11.99.
that's awesome, man.
Isn't that incredible?
It is.
And LaunchBoom, you're like, it's there.
So what's your opinion on venture capital?
I very much dislike venture capital. I avoid them like the plague. The reason I don't like them is because they watch the entrepreneurs break their back, try to figure it out, hit their head against the wall. And right as they are about to go upside down financially, right as they start to have that major breakthrough, they kind of come in and take advantage of a vulnerable situation. So I always avoid them. I love angel investors. I even like equity crowdfunding platforms. There's a great one called WeFunder. Mike Norman, he's the CEO up there in San Francisco. They've got a great platform because they offer different types of crowdfunding deals on the equity side.
So talk about how that process works.
Yeah, so equity crowdfunding is basically you can raise up to $1 million in consecutive funding, and you can do it a few different ways. So you can just give up straight equity for capital, and you can sell shares, and today you can do that to non-credited investors thanks to Regulation A. That was approved in March 2017. And so that's huge because now consumers are the investor. So if you take care of your consumers through a Kickstarter campaign and deliver a great product experience, you could theoretically go into an equity crowdfunding after, go back to that consumer and say, hey, now you know I'm the real deal. You love my product and my brand. And now you can buy a share of my company for a $100 bill. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So there's different ways to do equity. You can do equity, cash. You can also do what's called rev share. Rev share is really interesting because you actually don't give away any equity. What you're doing is you're saying, hey, give me $1 million. And then what I'm going to do is repay that to you with interest over a 3 to 5 year period. But the beautiful part about a platform like WeFunder.com is that they basically do all that contract, all that paperwork for you. So they kind of help advise and figure out what the better direction is for you.
Right.
And then they basically also have their own angel audience of hundreds of thousands of investors that they go out to.
I can see that being really good to help the company grow too, because I know if I'm an investor in one of these companies, I'm going to help promote it. So they start to become promoters for the company because they've got ownership in it. They want to see the company do well, so they're going to share it more on social to spread the word, and that just gets that snowball effect going. It just gets growing faster and faster.
It's like building a mini sales force.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good information. It's got my mind spinning here, Will.
There's
You're just trying to think of all those ideas. Man, what do I have? Because Will just gets you excited. That you got the idea, and then he takes that excitement, gets the market excited.
But you got to
and
get
you're
a
off to the
prototype,
races.
right? So, but it gives you an idea because so many of us have ideas, and you're like, I could never come up with the money, right? So you don't even take the next step. But what you're saying, Will, is if you have an idea, start to put that on paper, get a prototype, start to do stuff. Then you can come to, LaunchBoom and figure that out.
I love that question because a lot of people don't know this, but I've set up my own credit facility today. So what that means is I actually do a micro test first for a very, very low risk financial obligation for my client. And then when that data checks out, I can go get them $100,000 credit lines for very, very cheap money, very low interest. And then we can inject that into advertising to go get them a much bigger sale. So if they need the money and they have a good idea and I validate the demand, well, I can fund it now. They don't need to have that extra money.
This is a good guy to know. How did you guys meet, Kyle? How'd you meet? Will?
Through Entrepreneurs Organization.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a lot of smart people in that group. We'll be in one of them.
I'm surprised to let you in, though, Kyle.
I know. Yeah, I snuck in.
No, Kyle's the all-star. And
He's an all-star everywhere he goes, though, isn't he?
He is.
He's amazing, man.
And I had the privilege of shredding it on the mountain with him last February. We hit it hard. We were in waist-deep powder. And
Where
it was up north in Lake Tahoe.
Okay.
Yeah, North Lake. It was epic. It was incredible. Some of the most deep powder, most fun
You've ever seen.
I've ever had.
It was a good time, that's for sure.
I've never really been to the snow, and I'm leaving tomorrow for Mammoth. And so we're gonna
Never been to the snow?
I've never really been to the snow. I've never been where they really snow. Because my wife,
I'm sorry to hear that.
we're born and raised here in San Diego, right?
Yeah, you got
So
snow
we've
2 hours
never
away.
taken our kids ever. Now, our kids snowboard, we've never taken them. And yet I'm heading up to Mammoth tomorrow morning, so I'm looking forward to be up there all weekend. Bachelor party.
Hey,
Good stuff.
can I get one more sound effect?
Please. What do you need?
Surprise me.
You know what? Well, you know what I'm going to do then. Right?
I love it. All right, guys, if you're listening to the show, you want to get connected with Will over at LaunchBoom, give us a call, shoot us a text, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. I want to thank you so much for tuning into Whissel Weekends here on AM 1170. If you want to stick around, we're going to kick off the Whissel Way podcast here in a few. Thanks so much for listening.